365 days, but I treat every day like it's my last. I'm only concerned with building on the future, cause I can't change my past. Positive vibes for positive lives. She just giving you that truth and shifting your mind. It's more mental than you realize. It's up to you to take control, cause this world is cold and negativity gon' take its toll. Now we've been told any day could be your last. I'm embracing every moment and I cherish every laugh, every smile, every hug, every kiss, every touch, every person in my life that I care about and love. But wait, maybe I'm getting too emotional. That's exactly what they say you ain't supposed to do. Suppress your feelings, never talk about your pain. Can't appreciate the sun without acknowledging it rains, right? That's right. So this a moment of clarity, and make sure you always protect your energy. You stay focused and your life gon' be lit. And you are now rocking with Celeste, the therapist. Let's go.
That's my song. Yo, what's up, guys? This is episode 300. I can't believe we're at 300. Started at 1, now we at 300. Crazy. So my name is Celeste. I'm a therapist from Boston. I come on, I talk to people who are doing things to empower the lives of others by sharing their story. And the goal behind me coming on is to just help people shift the way they think. I found that a lot of times we tend to get stuck in our struggle and we don't know a way out. And so, what has been so helpful with this podcast is that people are learning that they're not alone and they're understanding different ways that they can work on themselves. So I'm just excited about my next guest. I'm excited about all my guests, but my guest, I'm about to add him to the stream right now. Is Jamaal.
Hey.
Can I tell y'all why I'm so excited? Because I was like, let me start this podcasting thing, right? And then I was already linking up with Jamaal, and then he was doing One Love Sports Academy. And I was like, yo, you would be a good guest. He was like, nah, I don't really do interviews.
Word.
He was like, I don't really do interviews. And so it was literally, he was my second guest.
Right.
I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew that you was the person. What you was doing. It was dope. It was dope.
Yeah. It was dope.
Can you introduce yourself to my audience?
Yeah, Jamaal Wornum. Most people, I can't even say most people because it's kind of a split. A lot of people know me for doing a lot of outreach work in the community, just for the youth. But then a lot of people know me for doing the basketball leagues for the past 4 years up at Mary Hannon Park. So, I mean, I'm in a good space because a lot of people just know me, just, for giving back to the community in some sort of fashion. So that's kind of in the short story. That's me, man. Just all about giving back to the community.
Yes, and Jamaal, shared his story on the episode. For people listening, I'll have that link in the show notes. But one thing about what you're doing is that you didn't start your life doing what you're doing now. Can you just tell people the turning point and when you realized you wanted to work with people? Well, work with kids. You work with kids. When was that turning point for you?
It's weird because I realized that it's always been a passion of mine to kind of give back to the youth in a sense, but I guess really once I just seen a lack of structure and programming in an area that I was working in, and then it just started connecting the dots for me. I like to say it found me. To be honest with you, because this wasn't where I thought I'd be 5 years ago. You know what I mean? As far as on a scale as it is now, I've always helped youth, but bringing it to where it's at now, I didn't see myself 5 years ago. So it found me.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And outside, I'm going to talk about your academy, but your current day job, tell people a little bit about your job and what you do in the community in Boston.
Oh, so my Tuesday to Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I work for Boston, formerly on the Street Workers Program. everybody knows about us. And my job is basically kind of meeting youth kind of where they're at, whether it be at the at-risk stage or the already in stage, and basically just trying to change like the trajectory of their thinking, and basically providing them like whatever resources they need to add on and fully develop and just be productive, um, in society, man.
Hmm.
Um,
And I
it,
feel,
it,
go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, it's a beautiful job. It's a hard job though sometimes, you
Hmm.
know, being that the way the world is, so to say.
Hmm.
Um, but being the fact that I once was, these youth that I'm trying to reach right now, that's kind of the joy that the passion I have.
So, do you feel like you can sometimes connect really well with them because you understand their story, like you understand where their thought process is?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's not really a situation that I feel when it comes to trauma, dealing with the youth, that I haven't felt or been around. Just growing up in Dorchester, um, Uplands Corner section, just a lot of trauma in the family, a lot of trauma in the outside, uh, world. Um, Growing up in that, kind of allows me now to be able to reach these youth that go through certain situations that they might feel that they're the first ones going through it.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think there's some power in knowing that you're not alone. So for people listening that may have like kind of struggled in life, and want to share their story, know that the more that you connect with people, especially younger kids, um, believe it or not, there's power in that, when they realize like, oh, it's not just me. So it's really, I think
Absolutely.
it's beautiful that you decided to not just go to a corner, like you've changed your life a lot, but also you're using what you've known or what you've learned, and kind of teaching other kids, which is dope.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, like I said, I was there, and I wasn't always the most receptive to the positivity that I was getting at that age too. So um I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it all, and I
Hmm.
just try to speak in a language that's understanding to them, and that also lets them know that it's authentic, right? And that um it's here. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? It's not like a fly by the moment type of situation. Like, they know that I'm here for the long haul. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
um, that's very important that I get that point across um, early. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like once they feel like they have that in their corner, it just makes it easier for whatever else that you have to give them. You know what I'm saying, to help them along their way.
Absolutely. And speaking of like what else you do, you created One Love Sports Academy. Now, when
Hmm.
I met with you in 2018, tell
Hmm.
people about that vision and how it originally started, One Love Sports Academy.
I mean, it literally just started from me just seeing a bunch of kids that wasn't being serviced. You know what I'm saying? And then it went from um, finding out why, finding out how I could be of any help. Um, and then once all them doors got closed, it was just like, listen, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back to my childhood, um, which was filled with sports. You know what I'm saying? One thing about my childhood was as you know bad as it was as far as like crime and trauma. There was always sports, and there was always a facility, and there was always guys in the neighborhood that um did whatever it took, right, to be there and be present. So as quickly as I got the first year, I think we had 50 kids um in that park. um first start was basketball league. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's how we came up, right?
Mhm.
And then and that's how I started that first summer with 50 kids in the park, 60 kids. I'm sorry.
Wow, that's amazing. So you were able to get
Yeah.
together, you started it out, and then you realized like this could be something bigger than just basketball.
I mean, initially, I reached out to my friends, and once we started shaping it out and drawing it out, right,
Hmm.
then I started to see the potential of it. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Once they added on to it, now it's a whole league that now that I can have 6 coaches, 8 to 10 kids on a team, and now hopefully we can be able to teach these kids different values and different lessons through basketball.
Hmm.
You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Because essentially we just had 50, 60 kids that was just happy to be there.
Hmm.
But I could see um the areas that need improvement immediately.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And these kids might not be together in that space anywhere else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
let me take advantage of this moment in time right now. So
Hmm.
now that we got the 6, all right, what do we do? We put emphasis on sportsmanship. We put emphasis on punctuality, like these, little things that these lessons take you farther in life. So, it started from there to, okay, now the summer's over, and what do we do now? So it went from one summer to now the second summer we're doing it. Now we went from 60 kids to 120 kids
Wow.
because we started um, moving around days just to give each age group time to develop individually with that age group versus having an 11-year-old have to play and compete with a 16-year-old.
Okay.
So we started strategically putting the ages together. So I have 11 to 14, 14 to 16, and 17 to 19, and now we're you know what I'm saying. Now it went from 6 friends, now I got 12, and and now these 12 are more experienced in these areas that where we're trying to get these points across. So now it's looking and it's feeling um more community based. We have the community involved, we have other organizations involved. So
Mhm.
that's when it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
this can really turn into something.
That's dope. When the
Yeah.
pandemic hit, what
Yeah.
because you were already knee deep into One Love Sports Academy in
Mhm.
2020. And I
Mhm.
know you and I have had conversations about where you wanted to take it. Like
Mhm.
your vision is like crazy dope.
Mhm.
What was going on in your mind? Because you work with kids.
Mhm.
So what was going on in your mind when you realized like people were going to be like at home and can't really move? Like I think back, like you said, sports is a huge outlet for people in our
Mhm.
community, and not being able to have access to that. What were your thoughts?
um I mean, it was weird at first, but I like one of the most important things I learned was, that saying, you don't know what you got till it's gone, right? And when the opportunity to like just be outside and just engage is taken from you when it's gone, you see the importance that it plays in society, right? When you're developing youth, the importance of just being able to, for an hour, just be away from, what I'm saying, and just run and do whatever it is. So you see that. So immediately I seen um how important that sports played as far as development. And then immediately I knew that I had to add more sport. It's crazy, as crazy as that sound, like I knew that I had to add more sports, right? Because I'm missing a whole opportunity focusing on just one sport, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
Right?
Yeah, I heard a lot of people talk about during the pandemic. It actually gave them more ideas
Yeah,
on more things that they can do. So it sounds like it
yeah,
caused you to think deeper.
yeah. Think deeper. Just you the importance of sports and developing these kids. Like you just can't stress it enough.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And for that time that they didn't have it, it really um set kids back
Hmm.
growth wise. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Some kids had the opportunities to get out, practice here, stretch out, whatever. Some absolutely had nothing.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And you need that to develop.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like you just need to be able to move.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when I was taken away, immediately, I thought that, and also it allowed me to find a way to structure what I'm doing in a way that it can sustain over the next 5 to 10 years the right way,
Nice.
right? Because for me, you know me, like I get all these ideas. I'm here, I'm there, I'm done a million in my head. Um, it allowed me to stop, right? Because now I'm just sitting on ideas. I can't
Oh,
do nothing.
that's true.
Yeah, like it forced me to stop, like literally stop. I couldn't do nothing, and it allowed me to do what my brother Carlos Enriquez always yells at me to do: write down. So it allowed me to write down
Dope.
all the stuff that I wanted to do. So now I'm seeing it. I'm pinning it on walls. I'm seeing it, and it just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it just allowed me to really understand what I really had to do and the correct way to do it.
Nice. For
You know what I'm saying?
my entrepreneurs and my goal setters listening, when I want to point out what Jamal said is that he started to write things down, pinned it in different places. Like I think when you write it down, it makes things a lot more clearer for you. I think a
Hmm.
lot of times when it's in our head, sometimes we got that negative thought that come in. Can you really do this? Or it's all over the place. Writing it down can really make it like clear and concise, and also
Hmm.
like putting it somewhere where you can see it. Your goal is always in front of you, right? So you
Yep.
you don't lose focus of your goal when you can see it on a regular basis.
Nope. Not at all. Not
Mhm.
at all. Yep. So a lot of that, a lot of audio books. Um, you know,
Nice,
sharpening my mind.
nice. Now
Yeah.
you got all those thoughts out. We're in 2021.
Hmm.
I know for a long time you would be like, "Yo, Celeste, the basketball is just to like draw them in," and then I'm gonna
Hmm.
be like doing boom, 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 trying to get them
Hmm.
different things.
Hmm.
So tell me, like, what
Yep.
is it looking like or shaping out to now in
Yep.
2021?
So 2021 um is gonna be a culmination of every little thing that we've done along the way in a calendar to calendar year, so to say, right? So what I mean is that um over time, like you said, besides basketball, I've always wanted to do other things. So we've done a financial literacy class with them, right? We've done a unity healing circle with them. I've partnered with Mike Massey with them, right? He does my youth yoga with them. We've done a Black History celebration with them, and we've done these in chunks, but we've never had an opportunity to offer it in phases, right? So now it's literally basketball one phase and then education the next phase, right? So now we're literally going from calendar to calendar year now. So right after the basketball, we'll jump right into the yoga. We'll offer yoga and a 6 week financial literacy course. Right after that, we'll jump right into the book club. Right? We want to just show these kids that not only is reading fundamental, it's actually fun. You know what I'm saying? Like it's actually fun when you do it in a fun way, right? So we're actually gonna get into that and develop a book club with them. Then we're gonna do the Unity Healing Circle with them, which is something that like I knew about it, but I didn't know the importance of it. So I actually was able to do it during the pandemic. That and the yoga was actually the only two services that I was allowed to offer during the pandemic at the park. So I seen the value and how important that was as far as kids moving and engaging, just as big as the regular sports. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like I said, we're just offering all these services. It's always been bigger than basketball for me. So this will be the first year that we actually get to show the community that, we're serious about what we stand by. And also it'll be the first time that we get to um, offer all of our services collectively.
That's dope. When you,
Yeah.
because in 2018 when we spoke on the podcast, and it wasn't where it is now. When you look
Mhm.
back at where you started and where you are, like how
Mhm.
do you feel about your progress? And what can you say to encourage people that are trying to start something but maybe struggling with some of the obstacles?
I mean, I feel good now. Um, I feel real good. I'm able to navigate better. I'm able to separate, my regular 9 to 5 for what I do on my part time on my days off, because my nonprofit is on my days off, and that's the second job, right? So I'm able to separate the two, right? So I'm not going crazy in my head. Um, I'm able to ask for help, um, right? And just understand that where I'm great at, that's where I need to be great at, and where I'm not, ask for help. Um, I learned that, like, I got some dope ideas, like, you know what I'm saying? They bigger than just like regular, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're really dope ideas that people that I wouldn't imagine, I actually think they're dope as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning that. And as far as advice, man, just believe in yourself. Like, don't care what nobody say. Like, I don't care who it is. Like, if you believe in it, it's yours. Like, that's what it is. Take it with you. Like I always say, man, that casket is only got one in it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no more room for nobody else. So believe in yourself, trust in yourself, and just keep shining, man.
That's good. I love that advice. And, for people listening, that asking for help part is crucial. And I know a lot of times we struggle with asking for help and for what we need. But I think that that's gonna, we can't do life alone, especially when we're trying to do things. So it's really okay. So that's really good. Dope advice. Now,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, asking for help is definitely dope. Like, you'll save yourself a lot of time and headaches, like asking for help.
You'll be surprised. People be wanting to help too,
Yeah,
You'll be
definitely.
really
Nah,
surprised.
that's true. That's definitely true. They
Uh-huh.
definitely want to help.
Hmm. Now, Jamal, tell me about this and what that meant to you. So, Jamal
Oh,
was named Heroes Among Us
yeah,
by the Boston Celtics with Massachusetts State Lottery. It says Jamal has gone above and beyond for the youth of Boston. The hero among us has dedicated his life to ensuring the youth he serves as basketball coach don't suffer from the same patterns of safety and wellness that he endured growing up. Like, what the heck was that like when that happened? Because I remember seeing it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so well deserved.
yeah. It was. I had no idea it was coming.
Uh huh.
Um, it was dope. It was real dope. It lit a fire though. Like, honestly, I'm gonna be real. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I didn't even get started. I didn't really, you know what I'm saying? But I had to sit down and really understand, like, from the day that I started that relationship to the day of the award. And once I was able to look in the mirror, I was okay. I get, you know what I'm saying? I get it. I get it. Sometimes I self, right? I get caught up in the grind and don't really take time to appreciate it all.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It makes sense. You don't
You know what I'm
celebrate the
saying?
moments. You don't smell
Yeah,
the roses.
yeah. So I had to sit back and be like, okay, 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 I get it. You know what I'm saying? And definitely appreciate everything, man. That's a relationship that was formed out of mutual um love for youth. You know what I'm saying? They seen how authentic I was um with the development of them. You know what I'm saying? We've been to a couple events together, just me, my youth, and the Celtics. So that was just dope, man. It's definitely a great um partnership. Respect that was formed through just the love of youth. You know what I'm saying? So that's a win, man.
That's
It's a
dope.
win. Yeah, and I won it like with some other dope people too. You know what I'm saying?
Carla, our girl
Yeah,
Carla.
that's my yeah, that's my homie. Congrats to her too on the at large. Definitely,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I know her for years, man. That's definitely somebody I definitely have a lot of love for, a lot of respect for.
Mhm.
Definitely congrats on everything, man. So definitely make a great at large city councilor.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, definitely dope.
And one thing I'll say about Jamal is that he's very humble. We've had like numerous conversations about this organization, even before it was kind of started. Just kind of his ideas. He would have his ideas are extremely dope. Anytime he would run them by me, I'd be like, "Oh my god, that is so good!"
Right.
So his ideas is definitely dope. He's definitely humble. I do want to point out like the importance of celebrating the moments, and as Jamal just said, that's one thing that he's learning how to do. And I know it can be hard, especially if it's not where you're at is not where you grew up seeing people that look like us get to that point. So
Hmm.
it can be kind of hard to accept like this imposter syndrome kicks in, or it's like, oh my gosh, all these people are depending on me. But so
Hmm.
I'm sure you go through that on a regular basis, right?
As we start to grow and expand, um, absolutely, because
Hmm.
it all initially falls on me.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, as the CEO and founder, it all falls on me. Even the trainers, the coaches that I put around the youth, you know, their actions, how they interact with the youth, it falls on me.
Hmm. Hmm.
Everything falls on me. So I definitely have to be on point when it comes to that.
One my listener says, Jamal, the world needs more like you. Thank you for what you're doing. This middle school English teacher thanks you. I'm
Oh,
sure.
thank you.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
thank you.
the teachers, the parents,
Man,
it all. What can I want to put up this
that's a tough job too.
the
That's
teacher?
a
Yeah.
and not only a teacher, a middle school teacher. Wow, that's a tough job right there.
Oh, yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
I don't think people really understand. Like teachers have a tough job.
They understand it now with the pandemic and the
Yeah,
kids were home. They
yeah,
get it
like
now.
yeah, especially ones that really care.
Yeah.
All of them don't care, but the ones that really, really care, they got a hard job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They got a
Yeah.
tough job.
Um what can people do? I want to put up this donation link, or what you because I want to know this, even outside of donating, but what would you say to
Hmm.
parents with kids at home, because you see a lot. What can they do to help kind of support their kid
Hmm.
through these different transitions? What do you think kids need?
Um, whew, so much. Just a chance and a time to like just be free.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Time to just be a kid and not on social media.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Some and it's really tough because everything's not. officially open,
Mm-hmm.
but any chance to get them in a situation where they can socialize, you know, is just great for their development.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like anything, any kind of socialization they can get besides social media,
Mm-hmm.
beside PlayStation,
Mm-hmm.
like that'll really help out these youth, you know?
That's good. And I also, I remember having someone on, and she talked about, like, they didn't have a lot of money, but she remembered the time that her parents spent with her.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I think really trying to work on dedicating intentional time, especially now. I think that, we're really about to have there's a mental health crisis even before the pandemic, but
Mm-hmm.
since it's been there. And I think that sometimes as parents, and, as a parent, you know, I know that people don't really understand the complexities of the struggles that kids have when you have your own struggles. And so you're thinking like, oh, they're fine. They have their iPad or they have this, not recognizing their little brain is going, going, going. They're
Mm-hmm.
trying to make sense of the world and don't have any guidance. And
Mm-hmm.
so, believe it or not, like when you take care of yourself, be intentional on being with your child.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a huge difference. They won't forget that.
At all.
Hmm.
At all. These kids are smart too.
Hmm.
These kids are real smart. Like so smart. You know,
Hmm.
it's crazy. I was I forget where I was yesterday. It's around some kids, young kids too. That's probably like maybe like 8, 9. She about to start a fire, like a campfire, right? So she got the campfire, she got the computer. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? She like, I'm about to start a fire. Like, how do you know how to start a fire? She like, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like
We didn't
this
have
is what's
that.
about this is what's about to go down though. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Like she learned from YouTube how to start a
Mhm.
fire.
Mhm.
Slow girl, 9, 10 at the at tops.
Yep. They literally have everything at
Kids
their
are
fingertips.
everything. Kids are
Mhm.
smart.
Mhm.
Everything's at everything, and you know they're a lot more advanced than you know how we was.
Mhm.
You know, a lot more advanced.
Mhm.
They know a lot. Everything's on the computer.
And it sucks because they have that knowledge, they really think they know everything.
Everything.
And it's crucial, like you can be a part of the process of their growth,
Hmm.
right? Or not. And it's like they're going to be 18 at some point, so it's important to really be a part of the process and guide them through the process. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's
They
important.
yeah, they like when you dealing with growth and development with the youth, it's like it's literally a 24/7 job.
Mhm. Mhm.
Literally 24/7. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And it it takes that mentality, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying, to really understand that.
Mhm.
You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Like and this is gonna be like one of the most important summers for the youth
Ooh,
ever.
I didn't think
Yeah,
about that. You're right.
this one's gonna be this is it right here. This is one of them, one of those, like it's gonna be one of the most important for a lot of youth because this is gonna be what sets the next few years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a lot of them ain't had so much.
Yeah.
You know, this is gonna be their first for a lot. So
Yeah.
the you know the decision making gotta be right. Everything gotta be on point this summer. Everything. You know, even for the ones in college, I missed out on a year. It's this is gonna be one of the most important summers for development ever.
Dang, I didn't even think about that. That is so
Yeah, this is it.
true.
Yeah, this right here.
So making
2021.
sure you're like guiding is huge. Making sure.
Yeah, yeah, because a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff's going to be open. So a lot of restraints that was there last summer is not going to be there this summer
That's true.
for so many different reasons.
Yeah, that's so
You
true.
know, and just like they didn't have, when you don't have, you try to get more of.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So this summer they're gonna come out, and you know this is gonna be one of the most important summers for the youth.
Thank you for sharing that for my parents
Yeah,
out here. Make sure you
yeah,
take heed to that.
yeah,
The,
definitely.
the last way people can support is through the GoFundMe, and I'll have a link to that. Tell people why the GoFundMe is necessary.
Yeah, so the GoFundMe definitely goes towards summer programming. Summer programming consists of basketballs, equipments, referees, which allow us to keep the park safe. We also have stipends, which allow us to employ the youth.
Nice.
Um, yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, Also, just just a lot of food, which is always a necessity each and every week up there at the park. T-shirts, just which allows us just to give um a more realistic feel than just having plain anything. Once you have a bunch of kids in the t-shirts, man, it always brings the value up more. Money goes towards trophies trophies
Uh-huh.
at the end of the year. We always like give out awards and trophies. Sportsmanship of the year award, MVP trophies, definitely the championship team trophy. Um,
It's a
we
lot.
give yeah, we give out awards and plaques to the community. So it definitely goes a long way. And this is for 8 weeks too. So we go from usually July 5th to like the last week in August.
Yes, and I
Every
don't make
Monday.
yeah, and I make sure I donate. I've been at a few
Yeah.
games, me and my family.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, always.
it's a real thing.
No, yeah,
And the
yeah. I
energy is
miss that though.
crazy. The
I
energy is
miss that.
crazy when we're
I miss
outside.
that.
It's
Yeah, it's
there's a
you
DJ, there's food, there's
yeah,
so much stuff. My kids don't want to leave. So it's
yeah,
really,
yeah,
really it's not just
yeah.
for the basketball players because I don't have any kids that are playing, but it's for the community too.
Yep. And you see like that I had to shape and structure it like that just because the way that park is set up, in the neighborhood, as you can see, it's a basketball court, but it's more a community
Mm-hmm.
based area.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be kind of hard not to include the community in
Ah,
something in there.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because like it's really a community park.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So majority of those people there are teenagers or their families lived there for 20 years. So
Mm-hmm.
everyone kind of grew up with each other, spent years in that park all season.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of them, come to give back. You know what I'm saying? You
And
more people like you with the
Jamal's
family.
the unofficial mayor. Everybody knows him. He's like
Yeah,
everywhere. He doesn't say I'm like,
yeah,
it's fine, you can go. Like you can't get one
yeah,
second with him because he
yeah,
literally does everything. It's pretty dope to
yeah,
watch you flourish
yeah.
the way you
Not this year. We changing it though. This year
have.
we're gonna pass a couple of those responsibilities off this year. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I bet you seen it like just moving a lot, man. Luckily, I won't have to move as much this year. I'll have
Nice.
yeah, I have some more help this year, and we'll be able to pass off from responsibilities, and that's another thing we added too, just to try to create like a professional development atmosphere for them too, because it's about giving these kids job skills too.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? A lot of these these job readiness programs, they're good, but some of our kids might not be able to have the opportunity to make it there
Right.
for whatever reason, right? So
Right.
we just try to create the best atmosphere and then give them the best available resources. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
having these job skills is definitely a resource that these kids need. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then there's jobs just in sports. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like there's just careers in sports. So we got kids doing these tables. There's a statistician job in that table that pays healthy. You know what I'm saying? There's videographer jobs. There's just
Yeah.
tons of other opportunities that these kids can learn while we have them. It's not just about playing a sport. There's career opportunities. You know what I'm saying? There's career advancement in there. Um, so again, it just goes to want to offer more than just the sport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're opening up their mind to like,
Yeah,
everything that's available.
everything.
So
Yeah,
that's
all at
dope.
once.
That's
It's like a
dope.
buffet of services. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It's not like you're just going. I feel like a lot of places just offer a lot of one,
Uh-huh.
and I feel like, especially our youth, they need a buffet of things, not just a lot of one thing. They need like a healthy dose of a lot. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So that was another thing that I wanted to separate when I created my program, was to be able to offer a buffet
Mm-hmm.
of resources, because I personally know that it's not just going to take one of anything. It's going to take a little bit of a lot to get them to where they're productive, and they're growing.
And see, I think also, you're giving people a chance to see other opportunities that they may not have known to be out there.
Hmm.
I think a lot of times, especially young Black boys, tend to only think about sports as their only option, or music.
Exactly.
So being able to see like the other options that's available to them is truly amazing. I think that's so good.
I mean, I did. I
Mhm.
like I personally had no idea that I could own, right, my own company that we could call a nonprofit, right, and that my ideas will be able to be utilized, right, as services to give to youth to advance. I had no idea,
Right,
because I didn't think, we, right, do stuff like that.
right, right,
You know what I'm saying? And B, I didn't go to college.
right.
I got my GED in jail.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
That's a
false though.
testimony.
That's false though.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely false.
Mm-hmm.
It's emphatically false. It's quite the opposite. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and once you unlock them doors and you see, it's like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, you see that there's more like me doing it.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
oh, okay, all right, okay,
I got this.
yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But you don't see that until you start unlocking these doors, and these doors don't get unlocked until you start reading. That's just reality.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a reality.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta read.
You do. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is
Yeah,
really
yeah,
um and on episode 3, I'll have in the show notes. But Jamal talks about that awakening, and being in prison, and just kind of like how he realized, the money that, was being made off of him, and the learning aspect of it like really changed his mindset around like the direction he was going. So it's a super powerful story to like go from there to being here, being honored by the Celtics. Celebrate celebrate that. We gotta
yeah.
go out. We gotta go out this summer and celebrate.
No, definitely. Definitely. Personally, I can't wait to get out. You know what I'm saying? These vaccinations are starting to pick up.
Mhm.
Everybody's getting them. You know, um, I think it's gonna be a good summer. I think it's gonna be a good summer. Looking
Well,
forward to it.
yes. Jamal, thank you so much.
Now, thank
Um,
you, thank you. I'm sorry I was running around too.
no,
I got
you're
to
good.
buy late. Like, oh man,
Nah, you're
man,
good. You're
like,
good. This was awesome. I
yeah, I'll be
appreciate
running
you.
crazy. I'll be running
No,
so
I
much.
know. I
Sorry,
know. I know how
I
you do.
apologize to you. You know you're my homie though, so I
No,
got you.
I know. You're good.
You know that, yeah, you know that.
uh, so the link for the GoFundMe is in the show notes for people listening to this. If you want to follow One Love Sports, there on Instagram and
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Facebook.
Yes, yeah, we on Instagram, One Love Sports 617, on Instagram, One Love Sports Academy, and
Mhm,
then my personal page, Jamaal Wornum.
mhm.
Definitely stay up to date with everything One Love.
And then I'll have the links for that in the show notes for people listening. Jamal, thank
Mhm.
you so much for your
No,
time.
thank
I
you. I
appreciate
appreciate you.
you.
I appreciate you
Um,
more. Thank you.
all right, bye.
All right, bye bye.
That was awesome. So, again, I'm gonna have the link for the episode we did in the show notes. Uh, really doing amazing things. It's really awesome to see people doing what they do, sharing their story and his transparency. It's super dope. So, If anything that's ever said resonates for you, like really think about how you can work on making shifts today. You know, you don't have to wait for a Monday or the beginning of the month. I think that we miss opportunities because we don't act in the now. So really thinking about how you can act in the now, especially for my parents, for the entrepreneurs or the people that, you know, like have these goals, and hearing him kind of talk about the way that he was able to get to where he is now. It was a lot of work, but he's here. And so that's the goal of this podcast. I really want people to be encouraged to know that, yes, there's going to be obstacles, and you may have to go back to the drawing board, but definitely like move forward with your vision. So thank you all so much for rocking out with me. And until next time, I will talk to you later.
Under the 65 days, but I treat every day like it's my last. I'm only concerned with building on the future, cause I can't change my past. Positive vibes for positive lives. She just giving you that truth and shifting your mind. It's more mental than you realize. It's up to you to take control, cause this world is cold and negativity gon' take its toll. Now we've been told any day could be your last. I'm embracing every moment and I cherish every laugh, every smile, every hug, every kiss, every touch, every person in my life that I care about and love. But wait, maybe I'm getting too emotional. That's exactly what they say you ain't supposed to do. Suppress your feelings, never talk about your pain. Can't appreciate the sun without acknowledging it rains, right? That's right. So this a moment of clarity, and make sure you always protect your energy. You stay focused and your life gon' be lit, and you are now rocking